Well, the bill is about ending holiday hunger, so anybody who's in receipt of free school meals would be supported over the holiday periods, summer, Christmas, Halloween. So it's to help the most vulnerable children and families in our society through difficult times. It happens year on year, so it isn't just when there's a pot of money there. There was support during COVID, but when that money went, I would always say the low-hanging fruit, some of the programs, whether it's through education or through Department of Communities, they fall to the wayside. I want to put this in legislation that it's an inescapable pressure that children are supported during the holiday periods. So we've done our consultation stage. It's the Speaker give it the go-ahead now to move forward to be drafted into legislation, and then once that bit of work is done, then it'll be going through the scrutiny processes through committee and then obviously the Assembly floor for it then to become, hopefully, supported by all parties to become law, and we'll have it in place. Our community and voluntary sector, our youth clubs do a lot of heavy lifting, particularly over the holiday periods, where it's Legmore Youth Project or you go up to Monkstown or wherever across the north. They provide that support, and it's the on the ground stuff that really brings it home to me. So it was last year I volunteered with the Legmore Youth Project, and it was up in White where we ran a breakfast and lunch program. And the sad reality of it was there was children within our community who were putting food in their pockets to bring home for their siblings. That's the reality out there. Poverty is still part of our communities. It's probably the biggest barrier to many of our young children reaching their full potential, and that's where we have to support them. It's early interventions are key. I know that this bill is not the silver bullet. It is just one piece of a puzzle in tackling child poverty, and much more is going to be needed from across the departments, particularly the Department for Communities, and the anti-poverty strategy, in my opinion, falls far short at this stage, and a lot more work will be needed in that regard. But we all have to play our part, and that's why I brought forward this private members bill. It's about playing my part as an individual member of the Assembly and to support our children. It's only one piece of the puzzle. All my engagement with the community and voluntary sector, with the charities, it is an important piece. It has to be there. We should be supporting our most vulnerable, but we need to be supporting more and more families out there, because there's too many children that are growing up in poverty and they can't reach their full potential because of it, and we need to address that. And a lot of that will come down to early interventions. Each political party, each minister, each member has a part in all this to play, and that was why I brought forward this. For me, this is only the beginning of how we tackle child poverty. Well, I think it's so important that we identify earliest possible interventions to support families. So that can be people in receipt of free school meals, getting that support during the holiday period, but it's then how do we move forward to making sure that we can support as many families, working families, all families, as best we can. And I think that has a change of mindset of where we prioritise the budgets. We are underfunded by the British government. That's well documented. But when a minister does have a budget, they have to prioritise on what they want to achieve. I don't know if all ministers will be on that same page, but that's what we need to get to. And that would be my view on it. That would be our party's view on it. We have to support as many families as possible. And a lot of that will come down to investing your priorities in the earlier interventions and tackling poverty, because poverty warps everything around us. It's been my priority, working with all the other responsibilities that you have up in the Assembly, but at every stage working with the Bill's office, I have continuously work with them to make sure we're up to speed. I think we were the first private members bill to get the go-ahead from the Speaker, this stage, or maybe others since he gave us the letter. So it will be on me to make sure I get the rest of my work done in timely fashion, which I will. And then it's about then the Speaker fitting that into the process. So I personally don't see any reason why we couldn't be sitting next year with this in place. Again, it needs political support as well. It's all well and good me bringing forward a private members bill. If other political parties and members don't support it, then it will fall. But I would struggle to see why they could justify not supporting this private members bill.